Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome from wherever you are tuning in across the continent and beyond. This is the DPO Diary series and is brought to you by the DPO Africa Network. Here, we pause from policy paperwork and plug into real stories shaping Africa's digital future. I'm Laura, your host for today. If you've ever wondered what data protection really means in Africa, or found yourself translating privacy policies into 5 different languages, you are in the right place. And let's dive into today's diary session. So, for today, we have the wonderful and beautiful Melissa Chasi. Melissa is a privacy consultant at Chasi Maguwudze Legal Practice, where she helps clients comply with Zimbabwe's cyber and data protection laws. She holds a Bachelor of Laws and a Master's in Entrepreneurship from the prestigious University College of London. She is a certified CIPM manager, no, CIPM, that is the Certified Information Privacy Manager, and is Certified Data Protection Officer accredited by Port Raz and the Harare Institute of Technology. Melissa also serves as a Director of Research at the DPO Africa Network here, where she leads knowledge sharing initiatives and spearheads the DPO Africa Study Group, which I am a part of to support her learning across the continent. She's also a board member of the Privacy Practitioners Association of Zimbabwe, and she's, supporting and advancing research and advocacy in data protection. Her award-winning research on digital banking privacy has been published and presented at the Privacy Symposium Africa. So we are indeed happy and glad to have you on our DPO Diary session today, Melissa Chasi. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much, Ifoma. Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here today.
So we just have a few questions for you today, Melissa. I know that you have a lot to share with us, and we are eager to hear what you have to say to us today. And so I'll just start with the basics. How long or how many years have you been a DPO for now?
So I've been a DPO for a year and a couple of months. I got certified in April 2024. By Portrait. So I was in the first cohort of DPOs who were trained by our regulator in Zimbabwe.
That's interesting. Very cool. So you're like the pioneer DPOs of Zimbabwe. That's lovely. So what inspired your journey, into data protection, and how did you become a DPO?
So it's been an interesting journey. It started off with me trying to figure out how to pivot into technology as a lawyer. So initially, I'd say my first interaction with tech was in my master's in entrepreneurship, working with startups and all of that. And I was like, oh, I want to get into this. So I did try to get some tech certifications. I studied for the CompTIA networking certification, which was a nightmare for me. And I didn't end up writing the exam, but I did realize that policy was where my strength was and my interest as well. And that was I think the last chapters of that networking book, if anyone wants to check it out. And then I also did the ISC squared cybersecurity certification, more like an entry certification. So while I was figuring that out, that's when, I went to the Data Protection Symposium at Portrait. And they announced that they would be having this certification, this training. And I thought, oh, this would be something, this sounds like something good. Yeah. Although at that point I was already looking at international certifications. But unfortunately, in Zimbabwe, for you to be a data protection officer, you need to have the local certification. So that's why I decided to start off with that.
Oh, that's interesting. I hope anyone watching this, you are not, scared with all the certifications and the rigorous trainings you've had to do. I think, I mean, it's probably easier now in hindsight, or it was just the first time and it was a bit confusing. Anyways,
Yes.
I can imagine. So now that you are fully into it and is what you do every day, what does your day to day look like? As a DPO, what is like? If it's the question is like, what is a day in the life of Melissa like as a DPO?
Okay, so to start off, my days actually start with tennis at 6 a.m.
Mm,
Um, so I go 3 times a week. And after that, get ready, check on all my clients to see where we are and what needs to be done for them. So I've got a lot of clients in healthcare, and so some are like pharmacies, some are labs, hospitals. So just to see in terms of, okay, our compliance roadmap that the regulator gave us, where we are and what needs to be done. And I start working on that. And also checking emails to see, okay, is there anything that I need to follow up on? And another critical thing I do as well when I'm starting my day is to listen to podcasts. So I'll listen to, there's the AI policy podcast, and there's also one on, I'm forgetting the name now, but on the GDPR, which is helping me with the studying that, that we're doing for CIPPE. And then after I'm done with work, so I usually have meetings in the afternoon to just meet up with a few clients to see how things are going with them, and what help they need from me. And then in the evening, it's now catching up with studying. As you know, we have our allocated days. Everyone has to everyone has to participate. So I just put in some time to just cover some reading.
Wow, that really does sound like a power packed day. I didn't expect your day to start with tennis at 6 a.m.
Yes. And it's winter, yeah, by the way.
I can imagine, but I love that you listen to podcasts in the day. I think I'll add that into my schedule as well. That sounds really helpful to listen to something about your work and stay updated. I love
Yes.
that. Yeah. So another thing I'm interested in is what moments in so far shaped your decision or shaped your careers in this place? Was it somebody? Was it a mentor, or was it just an epiphany, or just some sort of feeling in a day that you decided that, okay, I think this is it. So what was that thing that shaped your career in this space?
So I'd say after the certification, we're still trying to figure out, what does the work entail, and we're waiting for um, feedback from the regulator. We're waiting for regulations so that we actually know how we need to advise our clients. So there was actually a huge, like, a, a period where things were just in limbo. And then I saw a call of papers from the Privacy Symposium Africa. And I decided to write a research paper. And I was like, this is a new area for me, for my country. This will definitely help me to understand better. So I decided to write on digital banking. And I'd recommend that people watching this contribute. Sorry about that. Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, I can hear you properly.
Okay. So I would recommend that people contribute to these call for papers, there's already one happening now, and I think the deadline is in September. So in the end, my paper came first, and I presented there, which was amazing. But I think a pivotal moment for me was watching Amaka Ibeji speaking on I think it was Women in Privacy. She was being interviewed, and she was just talking about her experience. And, it was this very confident woman from the continent, speaking authoritatively about privacy. And I learned a lot about it, and I was just like, you know what, I want to be like her.
I want in.
Yes, I want in. So I was sold from then, and that's really influenced a lot of the decisions I'm making as I'm going about charting my own path.
I mean, very interesting. That you made an impulsive decision to submit a paper, and the paper won the competition, and it was published. I mean, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I think we tend to overcalculate our moves in our careers, and sometimes I think we should just do it. Afraid, unsure, just do it. The worst that could happen is a no, but there's more to be lost when we don't try at all. I completely agree.
That was my attitude, because I think I saw it 30 days before the deadline, and I was just thinking, will I even make it? But I'll just do it and submit, and we'll see the rest. So that's true.
That was a leap of faith, and I'm glad you paid off. Glad you paid off. And the what you said about Amaka, yes, as a data privacy protection personnel myself, Amaka is the first time I heard her speak. She had me at my name is Amaka Ibeji. She had me there because I was just like, who's that? I need to see who this person is. I wasn't really paying attention at first, but when I heard her name, I need to see who this person is. And then she is inspiring. She's inspiring. And for many people who do not know, Amaka is also the person spearheading the DPO Africa network. If you haven't joined, you are really missing out. You should join us today, right now. So Melissa, what is now this is a part that I think that many people are not aware of. We have a lot of misconception about data privacy, what it is, what's we need it for, why we have it. A lot of people just think it's something trendy. So as a DPO yourself, what is a privacy myth that you wish people would stop believing it?
So I'd say a privacy myth from a Zimbabwean perspective is that, one, it's just another tax, and we're just being punished, and our lives are being made more difficult.
You're right.
So although privacy comes with, there are some financial implications. You have to pay for a data controller license. But I'm always at pains to explain to clients that there are benefits for your organization. It gives you a competitive advantage. Now, we're always having data transfers. There's business that's happening with organizations across the borders in other continents as well. It shows that, okay, you appreciate personal information, the security of it, and you're speaking the same language. When you're speaking to a company in Germany and they're talking about data protection, you're not a deer in the headlights. You can take part in that conversation, and you can also make decisions about, the data that you control, and to make sure that it's protected at the end of the day. And you also gain customer trust.
True.
It shows that you care about them. So there's also a big customer service element to it. And generally, I think overall it helps businesses in Africa and around the world to be more professional.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Trust seems to be such a big task to get people to trust what you're doing and agree that this is beneficial, this is for their interest. Is
Mhm.
it seems like once you've crossed that hurdle, then the other things flow easier. But gaining the trust is where the hard work really is. I agree with you. So now in your work, what do you think is your, or what would you say is your favorite privacy tool right now, that it makes your work seamless and you just cannot do without this tool at the moment?
Oh, my favorite privacy tool. Um, I feel like, so this is one thing that we've been looking for um, at our law firm, to find a tool that helps us and like makes our lives easier. But unfortunately, we haven't been able to find anything that suits our needs, which
Mhm.
makes life a bit harder.
I can imagine.
So, so for example, a colleague of mine um, went onto the OneTrust website, and they were given, like, they do a demo for
Yeah.
them. And once they realize that, okay, the kind of organization they're dealing with, if you don't have a sufficient number of like data subjects, or
Mm.
if you're too small, basically, they're just like, well, the product is not for you.
Yeah.
So then found that we've had to create our own tools and just figure things out as we go. So my request to people watching is to come up with tools that work for smaller organizations, or
Yeah.
that the context that we're in. I think we need to be making those tools for ourselves to make our work easier, because sometimes you're putting things in Excel, like doing a records of processing activities in Excel, making sure it's updated, when I'm always just thinking this could be so much easier
Yeah.
if there was a tool to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a tech startup waiting to happen. Let's see who's going to
Yeah.
jump on it and make our lives easy and become a millionaire. Let's watch and see. Okay.
Yes.
Um, what's, if you were into DPO now? This is a more relaxed question. If you were into DPO, what would you be doing?
So that's easy. If I wasn't a DPO, I'd be a chef right now. Um, I love to cook, and I actually run a supper club in
Mm.
Zimbabwe where I make Middle Eastern food. But unfortunately, that side of my life is taking a bit of a break right now,
Mm.
because data protection means business. Like, it's
Yes.
really busy, and there's so much to do. But that's something I would be doing. It was either this or that, but I'm trying to have the best of both worlds.
You should invite me soon, don't you think?
Yes, come to Zimbabwe. I'll come soon.
I love friends who know how to cook. I love it. They're my best kind of people. So, let us come back into what you do with the DPO network at the moment, right? I know that you are leading research there and you have a study group as well. So I would ask you though, why did you join the network? Why did you join the DPO Africa network?
So I joined the network because I believe in the vision and
Mm.
mission. I think it's really important for African DPOs or privacy professionals,
Yeah.
or African, to come together and play a role in shaping what privacy is going to look like
Mm.
on our continent. So that was like really important to me. And I think the best part about it is interacting with people who are working in Africa or in other continents, learning from each other as we go on this journey. Because some of us, like I said, this is something new in Zimbabwe, where it only started last year in 2024, although we've had the Cyber and Data Protection Act since 2021. But we're just trying to figure it out. And I learned so much from my peers, even in the study group as well. It's been great learning from your experience, learning from some, learning from everyone, you know, what's happening in their job, how we can apply this. And I think also learning that, although I think my biggest learning from the study group is, although GDPR is the international standard, and that's what a lot of African countries have been following, when you actually study it, you realize that it's not perfect. And you know, you actually critique it. You're reading people are you're reading about others also critiquing it, and you learn that, okay, so this means that if we are going to learn from this, we shouldn't be making the same mistakes. We should be looking at our own context. So that's been really important. And even with the, especially on the research side of things, we are doing the policy reviews. It's also an opportunity for us as Africans to tell our own stories. So again, we've been finding a lot of opportunities to write. So call for papers from Tanzania, from Nigeria. It gives all of us a chance to like look at our own context, do our research, and get published. So we get the word out there.
So we're talking about why you joined the network, and you were saying good things about me and Samuel Kelly. And
yes, my girls. But yes, I was just saying we learn from each other, and drawing from each other's experiences as well, from our jobs. Like yesterday, the question I was asking about, okay, do you think this is direct marketing or what? You know, this is what my client is thinking, this is what I think. And we come together and help each other on that. But I was also saying, I think the most important thing about this journey is also understanding. So I remember one time Amaka was saying that for you to be able to critique another law, or to even say that, oh, our law is based on GDPR, you need to have studied the GDPR. You need to have read it, right? And now that I'm reading it, yes, I do realize there are similarities, but also now learning that, okay, why certain things are the way they are, first of all. And also now learning that, okay, these are the weaknesses of that regulation. And realizing that as Africans and being part of DPO Africa Network, and having access to all these opportunities to write about, you know, our own stories and stuff, we actually have the power to make a change in our own countries by making recommendations, because we have done the work. And you know, we know. So I think that's a really important. That's one of the main reasons I joined DPO Africa Network.
Yeah, which fantastic. I'm happy that you are excited about your journey so far. So what would your advice be, to other DPOs, if you were speaking to them and you were pitching the DPO Africa Network to them? What would you tell them to be reasons to consider joining us, and why you're recommending it to them?
So I would say to privacy professionals and non-privacy professionals. So even someone who's just curious or trying to figure out what all of this is about, is, first of all, education. Because when you have the knowledge, that's when you can act and make informed decisions. So I think the biggest thing that's come out of it so far is the data protection course. Well, courses, the foundation, the foundation course, and the second one as well. Like you learn a lot about what to do practically when it comes.
Mass course as well.
Yes, in terms of actually doing the work, the tools, how you do a DPIA when you do it, and I think most importantly having a marker there to prepare us for the world stage, so that when we're out there, we know what we're talking about.
Exactly.
People won't just be like, oh, these Africans, but we're actually well equipped. And then secondly, the networking element of it. So you get to meet a lot of people from all over Africa and Africans who are outside of Africa as well, learning, drawing from their experiences, and working together on projects. So if you look at the policy review that is spearheading, they're doing great work there. What Rusa is doing with the meetup, there's always, what I love about DPO Africa Network is there is something for everyone.
Yeah.
Literally. You will find something you're interested in. If you want to get a certification, you can join the study group. You can also be a part of planning the webinars. And through that, you get to also meet the speakers, in the background and network in that way. So I'd say, join and find something that you're interested in, but you'll definitely find at least one thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree with you. It has been a very good opportunity, to meet, connect, learn. There's so much to gain from it. I am a benefactor myself. So yeah, together with Melissa, we are telling you to join the DPO network today.
Yes.
So you recently passed your CIPM, which is great, which is fantastic. When I saw that post, I was, go Melissa. It was a good score, And so how did the courses that we offer here at the network, how did that prepare you for it?
Okay, so one thing you'll find is, like I said before, the courses give you practical knowledge, but also it's explained in a very accessible way. So remember when I was talking about me trying to do that networking CompTIA course, where I just couldn't figure out what was going on because it was very technical and I've got a legal background. One of the topics that I was grappling with was on privacy by design. And that's a bit more on the technical side. I think it would be easier for engineers and all. And now when I went through the course, the data protection course, it was just explained in such a simple way, and you also have a chance to get clarity from a marker because it's an interactive session. So she'll be talking, you can be asking questions, and that helped. But even for CIPPE, which we're doing right now, a lot of the topics that we are reading about are also covered there. So it's a good way, even if some of the things are not covered. So it's like things that will help you with the certifications, but they also help you. I think most importantly, we're always told that, you can have the certificate, but if you don't have the experience or if you don't know how to use it, then you lose it. But with the data protection course, it also gives you that practical side so that when you go back to work tomorrow, you know, okay, this is where I'm starting and this is how I'm doing it.
Exactly. Thank you, Melissa. So I just have a one last question for you, right? So, what is next on the horizon for you? You know, what's the next big thing you are chasing, and how can people also connect with you? Because I know that a lot of people do not have. There are very few people who are doing, what you do in Africa, and so people need mentorship, even if it's remotely, or they can just watch you and be inspired by what you do. So, what is next on the horizon for you? And if people want to connect with you, how would they do that?
So I'll start off with the connecting. People want to connect with me, they can go onto my LinkedIn, Melissa Chasi, Chasi. And I'd say the thing that's next for me is getting my second IAPP certification. We've already given ourselves a deadline to do that, which is by September. We're hoping that many of us in the study group will have our certification.
Yeah.
But to add on to that, I think more of the writing, I'd like to get published in a journal.
Yeah.
So that's something that's a work in progress. So just watch the space, and I'd say to everyone watching, join DPO Africa Network, enroll in the courses, and also when you see a call of papers, just take your chance.
Yeah.
You never know where it could lead you.
Thank you so much, Melissa. I've had a swell time with you this afternoon, and I'm sure that the viewers have also had a good time. You know, listening to you and having you share your wealth of experience and the things that you do. So, for everyone out there who is watching us today, I hope you had a good time. I hope you learned something, and I hope that, like Melissa, you take a bold step. Like she said, if you have a paper to submit, write it, submit it. You don't have to be afraid. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just take that big chance, and hopefully you'll be rewarded for your hard work. So thank you, Melissa, for joining us today. It was my pleasure, my really, really good pleasure to have you here with us today. And just like that, everyone, we draw the curtain on today's entry in the DPO Diary series. I hope you had a good time, because I did. We have shared stories with you and we have learned lessons. And I hope that we are reminded that, in Africa is our continent, right? And data protection is not just about the regulations. We, the DPOs, the privacy personnel and professionals, right? We are very important, and we are the quiet voices asking, have we thought about the people behind this data? So update your policies, audit your systems, train your teams, and always keep the humanity in compliance. That is why we are here. We are not machines, we are human beings, right? So keep the humanity in your compliance. And until the next diary entry, stay safe and do not forget to join our network at www.dpoafrica.net. Connect with us. You can find us on LinkedIn. You can follow Melissa as well on LinkedIn. You can follow Amaka. You can follow me as well. Connect with us. Access our newsletters. They are free for you to access. So make use of that opportunity and stay updated on upcoming webinars and courses. We have a lot of fantastic packages for you, which are affordable, and they're very affordable for the kind of values that you get from it. So please make use of that opportunity and enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Laura signing out, and I'm signing out with Melissa as well. So we
Thank you
hope
so
to
much
see you
for
again
more.
next time. Goodbye.